Welcome to the Alpha Girl Confidence Podcast, where we are empowering youth female athletes to play and live confidently. My name is Shay, and each week I will bring you new episodes to teach you the strategies and tools that you need in order to live a confident, empowered life both on and off the playing field. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the show. So today's topic I'm super passionate about, and it's something that I've been talking to a lot of with the players that I work with. And that is the topic of like the worst advice that I have ever received as a youth player and as an adult is like to be realistic. So when it comes to setting goals and dreaming big dreams, like being told by my parents and my coaches to be realistic. Like that's the worst advice I have ever heard. And it's interesting, on a coaching call recently with the girls I work with, I asked them like, hey, do you think that being realistic is a good thing or a bad thing? And a couple said both, but almost every single player said, I think it's a good thing. And so I'm going to shift your mindset today. I'm going to shift your perspective today. And you don't have to agree with me, but I just want you to have an open mind, whether you're a parent or a player listening. So here's the thing is that when people tell us to be realistic, okay, when we've been told to be realistic, the reason why people tell us that is because they want to protect us. They want to protect us from feeling bad when we don't reach our dreams or when we don't achieve that big goal that we set for ourselves. They tell us to be realistic because they're trying to protect our feelings. And when we play small ourselves, we are doing so because we're scared of not reaching our dreams, because we're scared of being judged, because we don't want to have to deal with what it feels like when we don't reach our dreams. So the title of today's episode is, are you playing big or are you playing small? And I want you to think of this in terms of literally you're playing on the field, on the court, but more importantly, the goals and dreams that you have for yourself. So are you setting big goals or are you setting small goals that are just so easy to achieve that you can achieve? Now, there's nothing wrong with setting smaller goals, but when we don't set big goals, we limit ourselves. I want you to think of setting big goals and setting big dreams as like there's no limit. You're not putting a limit on yourself. Whereas when you set small goals and when people tell you to be realistic, it's putting this cap. It's putting like almost this invisible ceiling over you that's all you can achieve, and you can't achieve anything bigger than that. So when we're realistic, here's what it does. It makes us play small. It makes us not take chances. It makes us shoot for small dreams. It makes us play small in life. Number two is we won't ever reach those big goals. We won't ever reach more than we could imagine if we play small. And number three, and this is probably the most important one, is we don't get the lessons and learn the habits that it takes to reach those big goals. Because when you reach big goals, even if you don't reach them, I don't really care about that part, to be honest. What I do care about is when you reach those big goals, you have great habits. You will learn great lessons. So having those big goals, a couple of things will happen. Number one, you will either reach that big goal, or number two, you're going to get pretty dang close, right? I'm sure you've heard the saying before, like shoot for the moon and you'll land amongst the stars, right? So shoot for that big dream. If you don't get it, that's okay. You'll probably get pretty close to it, right? And you'll learn some pretty amazing things and have a pretty amazing experience along the way. Okay, so I want you to think of your big goals and your big dreams. It's kind of like when you set this big goal and you're like, wow, like that seems really big, right? It's like standing at the foot of Mount Everest. You stand at the foot of Mount Everest and you're like, how in the world am I going to climb this thing? Like there's no way I'm going to get it, right? So I know that when you set big dreams and have big goals, like it kind of feels like that. Okay, so I want you to think of it like this. Instead of like jumping up the mountain, you have to take one step at a time. In order to reach your goals and in order to play big and actually achieve those things or get really close, you have to take one step at a time, right? You're not going to take 12 steps at a time. You're not going to go from point A to point Z. You're going to go from point A to point B. So all you have to do You don't have to take all of the steps. All you have to do is take one step. Take one small step every single day. And there's this quote on my wall that it's on my wall for a reason. And it's that real change, enduring change happens one step at a time by the amazing RBG, right? Real change, enduring change happens one step at a time. You reaching your goals of playing pro, of playing for the national team, of playing for the Olympics, of being the world's best doctor, of starting your own business. It starts with one simple step. So don't limit yourself by playing small. Don't limit yourself by being realistic. Being realistic is not going to serve you. If you have a growth mindset and you know that, hey, even if I do fail, I'm putting fail in quotation marks, even if you fail, that's okay because you learn some pretty amazing lessons along the way. So what I want you to do is I want you to think like, what is my really big dream? Like, what is my crazy unrealistic dream? So first of all, think about that, write that out. It doesn't have to be realistic. Your mom and your dad and your teachers, they don't have to approve of it. Okay. So what is that big crazy dream? And number 2 is what is one step you can take today to get closer to that dream, to get closer to that goal? Doesn't have to be a big step. It could be a little baby step. Maybe it's planning your workouts. Maybe it's eating more fruit. Like, what is one step that is going to help you get closer to reaching that goal? And so if you can do that every day, if you can take one step every single day, you will reach it, or you'll get pretty dang close. Now, if you just take a step on Monday and you take a step on Thursday and you take a step on Saturday, you probably won't reach it. But if you can take one little step every single day, you will reach it, or you'll learn some amazing lessons along the way and get pretty close. Because the thing is the outcome, like I said at the beginning, the outcome doesn't really matter. The most important thing is the journey. The most important thing is the habits and the lessons and the things you learn along the way that help you get closer to reaching those goals. All right. So if you want to dream bigger, all right, if you want to dream bigger, you want to play bigger in your life and in your sport, then you're going to love the new program, Alpha Girl Collective, that I'm opening in 1 week. So this program is for middle and high school athletes who want to build unshakable confidence and access their limitless potential and play bigger, just like we're talking about. So it opens June 14th. In order to join, get on the wait list. When you join the wait list, I'll send you a free video that'll help you to play more confidently before you step on the field or the court. So you can visit the link, and we'll put it in the show notes below. You can sign up for the wait list for the Alpha Girl Collective, which again opens in 1 week. So I'm super excited to share that with you. And thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you implement, and I hope you got something out of it. And I'll catch you next week.